Thank you for joining me on another episode on Sunnylanka. Today we'll be making a favorite with my kids. It's a very easy dish to make and it actually is a recipe from Malaysia. I learned it from one of my mom's friends who's Malaysian living in Sri Lanka, and my kids just love this roti. It is Malaysian roti and it is extremely easy to make, and you can even get your kids involved, which is the best part. So let's get to the ingredients.
I have here 1.5 cups of whole wheat flour, all-purpose flour, a half cup of margarine, and I've left it at room temperature so it's softened, and 2 tablespoons of milk, cold milk, 1 cup of water. We won't need all of it. It depends on when we're kneading the dough how much we will need, and salt to taste. So let's get started. Okay, so let's get started. It's so simple to make. Let's start with the dry ingredients. I'm gonna put in my salt, just about a half teaspoon, maybe less, depending on how much salt you like. It's salt to taste. And now give that a mix. Okay, I've sifted this flour already, but you could also get the pre-sifted one. I'm making a well in the middle. I'm going to add in my milk and about half of the butter that you have. Sorry, margarine. Okay, so I'll just rub the butter into the flour and then slowly incorporate the milk in there as well. You could, make it into a crumbly mixture with just the butter and the flour, and then I keep saying butter because you can use butter, but I'm using margarine today. I want to coat all of the flour with the milk and margarine. Okay, so now you see that it's sort of like a crumbly mixture. And now I'm going to start adding in the water gradually. A little at a time. So I'm going to mix it around. You want it to be sticky. Now I'm going to gather up all the flour. And continue kneading the dough. And it'll pull away from your hands, like it won't be as sticky once you knead it. So knead it for about a good 5 minutes or so. You could also add in milk powder and adjust your water. Okay, so that's something you can do. So it's really nice and soft now. Just such a stress reliever too when you work with dough. Okay, there we go. It's nice and soft. I'm making a very small quantity because it's just going to be for myself and my husband today. And there you go. So I just put this in the bottom of the bowl, if you can see that. I'm going to rub it with a little bit of the margarine, or you could use oil even if you wanted to, but the butter or margarine adds a little bit of flavor as well. Okay, so there it is, and I'm going to cover it. Okay, there. I'll get back to you in 2 hours. Okay, so now it's been 2 hours since the dough rested, and you can see it's very, very soft. Okay, it's really, really soft. And now I'm going to divide this dough into equal parts. Okay, so now I'm going to roll out. Oh, you can't quite see that. There. So roll out each of those balls of dough and make them smooth. So there, and here all the dough rolled out. And I'm just going to let it sit for about covered. This is the part where you need to use the rest of your margarine or butter. Okay, so onto the work surface, I'm just going to rub some oil or butter. And you could flatten it out with your hands, and then you need to just slightly roll it out. And you're trying to make no particular shape really, but if you can get it to be like a round or a square, something even, you'll already see that it does stretch out quite easily. Okay, so if you can see that. And now we're going to use our butter knife, and you're going to spread out the margarine or butter. Okay, quite generously. And no, I don't think I will be using all of that butter that I have there, but okay, so this is it. And now what we're going to do is pick up one side and fold it, pick up the other side, fold it over, okay, and then pick that, fold it over this way. So you end up with like a rectangle, and that is what I put away right there. Okay, so I'm going to continue doing that with all of the others, and it's easy to do. I mean, you know, like I get my kids to come and help me with it. They like it too. You know how kids like to play with dough, right? So this really works out, because just make sure that your hands are clean before you do that. Otherwise that would be really, it wouldn't be too good. Okay, so I'm just going to transfer this onto my tray here, and there. Okay, so I have them ready, and now let's do one more step before we fry them up. Okay, so I've set my my griddle for the roti, and I've heated up on a very low flame, and I'm going to take the one that I made first, so it's got the most time to rest, using a little bit of my butter on the surface here. I'm going to lay it down and basically just roll it out. Now it should roll up very easily into a nice square shape. And try to keep that square shape as much as possible, because it is what makes the dish, I guess. Anything different from another roti from another part of the world. Okay, so these square shapes is what I'm familiar with from what I've been taught. So there we go. Okay, some of the butter will ooze out, that's fine. Okay, take it off. Okay, can you see that? And then just let it cook. Okay, so as you can see, it's starting to puff up, and I'm looking to see those bubbles form, and when they do, not yet. Now you can flip it over. See the nice color that's come. Just press down the edges slightly. I'm just going to drop a little bit of the butter around the edges, because I know we've used enough butter, but just to, you know, help it along, because we're actually kind of frying these, not just roasting it or cooking it. And you want to give it lots of time for all the dough to cook through, and flip it. You see how it's puffing there? Sometimes you'll get a full puff, but maybe not this one. Okay. And there you have it, folks. Today's dish, Malaysian roti, my way. And I hope you will try it and enjoy it. They're deliciously soft, and especially nice to have it right off the griddle. So they're hot right now, and I'm going to go and have my lunch. I hope you try it and let me know. Any feedback, suggestions, comments, post them below. And stay tuned for more recipes from Sunnylanka, and see you again the